I just bought the cheapest Volkswagen Lupo on the market.
So in this series, I am flipping cheap cars for profit to make enough to buy my dream daily, which is an F87 M2. So when I saw this Lupo come up for sale as cheap as it was, I could not say no. I think I can make profit from this car, and I will tell you how much I paid for it later in the video. But before that, let's check this car out for any issues.
So let's have a quick walk around of this car and see if we can spot any major issues. The first thing I have personally noticed is that the bumper has got some lack of peel, but that's minor. It is a 23-year-old car. The rest of the bodywork doesn't look too bad for its age. We've got a bit of a scrape here on the rear arch, and in true Volkswagen style, we have got a little bit of rust on this arch and sill. There is no issues from the rear of the car that I can see. It has got a little rear wiper delete. I've just noticed we've got a bit more rust on this rear arch. Like I say, it's an old car, and apparently these Lupos are actually quite prone to this. We have got a broken wing mirror case. We've got a little bit of a scuff here, but what can you expect? Okay, interior wise, compared to the last few cars I've had, this isn't half bad at all. The steering wheel isn't too worn. The seats are a little bit dirty, but that's expected with a pale green seat. But yeah, the interior actually looks pretty good for its age, and it's not too dirty like all of the other ones have been. I absolutely love the colour. It's like a jade millennium green, and it is stunning. It actually really suits the car. We've also got a grand total of 1 key. Now, for the actual car itself, it should start first time. So as you can see, it started first time. It sounds pretty fine, and to my surprise, there are no lights on the dash. This car is on 116,000 miles, and the previous owner only did 1,152. They told me they did this, so they've done quite a bit of mileage on it and said they have had no issues with this car. It's got a little Bluetooth screen in here. The one thing else I've noticed is this is quite worn, so maybe I could look at replacing that for the sale. I'm not sure whether that's actually worth it, because like I say, people need to expect these problems with an older car. But apart from that, I'd say this car is in pretty good condition. Okay, one thing that I obviously have forgot to do is check how much MOT this car has got, so let's have a look. Okay, it expires on the 11th of March 2026, so we've got 252 days left. So the last MOT actually passed, and it had 3 advisories, 2 for tyres and 1 for front lower suspension arm ball joint has slight play. So the reason I've just checked that is because I've just found this certificate with some writing on it. Now, as you can see, that is literally just the MOT history that I just read out to you, and it literally has a note to say that all tyres were replaced on the 13th of March 2025, and that the arm ball joint was done as well. I'm not sure whether there are any more receipts, because there isn't much service history with this car, it seems, but it is good to know that 4 brand new tyres have been put on. That is a brilliant selling point. So if I'm honest, I bought this car very cheap, and I knew that there weren't many issues with this car, which obviously isn't great for content, but the whole reason for this series is to see if we can make a profit. Now, I 100% think that I can make a profit on this car, and I'm just going to do it up a little bit cosmetically and get it sold, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we can make a good profit on this one. So I've been looking online on Facebook and everything, and I really wanted to get this wing mirror cover replaced. However, I can't seem to find anyone breaking one or a replacement in this colour. So what I'm going to do for now is just glue this bit back together and fit it properly, just to make it look a little bit more presentable, and it's just a quick fix for now to make it look a little bit nicer. Oh, well, that was easier than I thought. Okay, so in true budget fashion, I'm just going to super glue this little bit back together just to make it look that little bit better. Okay, I'm just gonna let this dry and then we can pop it back onto the car when I know that that's not gonna come apart. But before we head out on the road, I'm gonna be improving my road safety. And that is thank you to Redtiger's new 4K f77 dash cam. Now, the reason that this dash cam is impressive is because both cameras are 4K with Ultra HD recording, which is actually the world's first. The F77 also has two options for storage, one being the 128GB and the other being the 256GB. Now, these dash cams have built-in eMMC storage, which means you don't have to purchase your own memory card. Okay, let's unbox this now and then we can fit it to the car and take this Lupo out for a drive. So we've got user manuals. These stick to the windscreen to help the dash cam stick. Here we have the dash cam. And then we have the rear dash cam, and then we've got the cigarette light and the cable to the dash cam. These are really easy to set up and install. And then we have just got all of the little bits extra that you need in here. More cables. So what I'm going to do is install the front facing camera and then we can take this car out on a drive. Okay, here we go. So language, English, time zone, London. Okay, what I'm going to do is just set up my Wi-Fi to the dash cam, and as simple as that, Wi-Fi connection successful. Okay, and now it's time to set this dash cam up. And then I'm just going to move it into position to where I think looks best. Think about there. Now, as you can see, that literally took me 2 minutes, and all I've got to do is just hide these cables. But that is a brilliant picture and I'm really happy with it. So let's head out on a drive and see if there are any issues with this Lupo.
The results speak for themselves. This dash cam is excellent quality and I could not recommend it enough. It also includes your coordinates and the speed that you were travelling, which protects you from any worst case scenarios. The F77 is also clear at night time and I was very impressed with the quality even in horrible weather conditions. So if you want to check out the F77 dashcam for yourself, you can click the link in the pinned comment or the description, but there's a bonus. There is currently an Amazon Prime Day discount, which means you can save 44% off on this dashcam. Don't miss out.
Okay, so it is finally that time to take the Lupo out for a drive. Now, from what I've seen so far and what I was told by the previous owner, I personally think this car is going to be absolutely fine. But obviously, I do want to check that it is running and driving fine. There's no knocks and bangs before I sell it on, because I wouldn't like to give them issues onto the other person without them knowing. And also, it helps me to price this car accordingly. So, as you guys know, there's no lights on the dash currently, so we're going to take it for a drive, check out for anything that might be wrong, check out for any weird noises, knocks and bangs, and we can go from there. Okay, brakes are working perfectly fine. Clutch and gearbox do feel fine. So far, so good. Okay, so I haven't heard any knocks or bangs from the suspension yet, and we have just been over so many potholes, so that is also a brilliant start for this car. This car is literally so slow, but it is a 1 litre, so that is to be expected. But honestly, so far I cannot fault it. It seems like a really good little car. It starts up perfectly first time with no noises, and obviously there is only so much I can do to test these cars. I do use them as a daily, the whole time I have them, just to properly check that everything's fine. Obviously I can't check literally everything on this car. It is an old car, but I can't see any obvious issues. Only thing I could really pick up on is the tracking is out ever so slightly, but nothing major, and I would be happy to mention this in the ad. It could just do with an alignment. Yeah, it's just a little bit out, but that's nothing major. So like I say, there is nothing jumping out at me. If I'm being picky, the tracking is out a tiny bit, but there is nothing that I can see and think of that is wrong with this car. There's no noises, nothing. I'm actually really happy with this because I got this car so cheap. So I think we can make some really good profit. So I am now more than happy to put this car up for sale because I think it is a brilliant little car, and I think it will do someone really well as their first car or just as a cheap run around. So it has just started raining, so I'm going to head back to the driveway. We're going to wash it, we're going to clean it all out, and we're going to get this car listed up for sale, and hopefully we can list it for a lot more than what I paid for it. as you can see, we are now back home, so let's give this car a good exterior and interior clean. Okay, so whilst I was cleaning the car, I've just realised, I don't know if you can see, but here is a gap where the number plate light casing and bulb should be, but for some reason there isn't one on this side. But as you can see here, there is one here. So I need to order new number plate lights and a new casing for the left hand side. Okay, there we have it. The exterior is all clean. It actually has scrubbed up quite nicely. Although I did notice with the pressure washer, it was taking this off the alloys. So I think I have got it on the wrong setting. I do get that in the comments a lot. So we have took some paint off the alloys, or they've been rattle canned, I'm not sure. And obviously we've got this mark here, but apart from that, for a 23-year-old car, it is not scrubbed up bad at all. So I think the next job is to tackle this interior. First job, let's remove all of the rubbish out of the car. Nice. Let's see when this is from. 20th of April. It is now July. Delicious. Still some oil left in there, so I'm going to leave that in the car. We've got a thermostat. I'm going to leave that in the car as well. Although there is nothing wrong with the thermostat, it actually stays up to temperature, so I'm not sure why that's in here. We've got some 90s torture device. I actually think that's a jack. I have no idea what that is. And just a couple of receipts and broken wires. So let's pop them back in. I've just found this parcel shelf, so I'm also going to pop this back in. Okay, first job, we are going to clean all of the dash. Make sure that that's all clean and then we can hoover. There we go, the interior dash is done and it looks a million times better. So I've just found the end of this, that was actually snapped off and I fixed it back in place and it is working. And then I found this rubber gear knob cover, so I've just popped it on as the other gear knob was actually really worn. So I just feel like that looks a little bit nicer. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this car has come up. So the next job is to hoover. Now I'm going to save myself $5.99 out of my profits this time, because the car comes with car mats for the first time in this series. So I'm pretty happy with that. So anyway, let's hoover and then we can start listing this car up for sale. And there we have it, a completely clean and fresh interior and exterior. It is scrubbed up really well, and I am really impressed with this car for how much I paid for it. Next job is to get some good pictures of this car and list it up for sale.
Okay, so like I mentioned before, we are missing a number plate light.
And luckily these have arrived today, and even better, they come with a whole new casing, so we can replace the one that is missing. Yeah, let's fit these now. They're also LED, so they will look better and more modern. Okay, I'm going to start by removing the old one. Now I'm just going to use a flathead to pry this out. There we go. Guess that goes in there. Okay, I think that is how they go. So obviously I'm going to turn the lights on and see if this turns on, to see if I've put it in right. And we are on. Perfect. So now I'm going to put these in, and then we can do the other one, and then we've got perfectly working number plate lights. There we go. That side's in. Now let's do the other side. Okay, now it is time for the other one. So connect it to here, and then okay, again, let's test this one to make sure it's working. Perfect. Okay, let's install this one properly now, and then we're good to go. Easy as that. When I fitted this before, I think these are the canvas error delete things, but I actually have never got a warning light on the dash. I'm going to check now to make sure that there is no lights on the dash, but I never usually have problems with these. Yep, no lights on the dash. Now let's turn the lights on and see how good these number plate lights look. That is 100 times better. They will look so good at night, but for now, even in the daylight, you can see the difference. They are perfect. They're really bright, and they just make the car look a little bit more modern, I think. Okay, so the next job is to take pictures and advertise this car up for sale. But it is actually raining outside, so I am going to have to do the pictures on the driveway today, which is fine because we've got bright lights. So let's take some pictures, and then we will head inside and advertise this car up for sale. Okay, all the pictures are taken, so let's head inside and list this car up for sale on probably Facebook and Gumtree. Okay, so as you can see, the ad is actually now live, and here's the description if you want to read it. And I've put this car up for sale for £1,000, so we could potentially make a £500 profit here. Let's hope it sells, fingers crossed, and we will see how much profit we make in the next video. Okay, that is it for today's video, guys. Now, I do have a little bit of a suggestion. I am thinking of making a BCA account and buying cars from auction unseen, bringing them back, and seeing if I can make an even bigger profit. These cars may have bigger issues, etc., but I feel like it'll be a little bit interesting, and I feel like I need to up the value of my cars a little bit so that we get to this M2 even quicker. Now, like I promised, I did say how much I would pay for this Lupo, and I paid just £500. And for how well it seems to be running, I don't think that's bad at all. But I think we need to be getting some newer cars with a higher value to get to this M2 quicker, because I am wanting to scratch the itch of an M2 so badly. But if you did enjoy today's video, please drop a like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.